8 targets named, with Spurs ready to tell Conte they'll sign 6 this summer and plea to stay. Spurs will meet Antonio Conte's transfer demands this summer by making 6 signings in an attempt to convince him to stay next season, according to reports. The Italian replaced Nuno Espirito Santo at the beginning of November, with the Portuguese coach leaving the club 9th in the table after losing 5 of his last 7 Premier League matches in charge. It wasn't all smooth sailing for Conte early on at Tottenham, but they really kicked on in the second half of the season to finish 4th and qualify for next campaign's Champions League. Spurs used the January transfer window to bring in Dejan Kulusevski and Rodrigo Bentancur to help Conte, with Tanguy Ndombele, Giovanni Lo Celso, Bryan Gil and Dele Alli all leaving the club. And now the Daily Telegraph claims that Tottenham are ready to back the Italian in the transfer market again in the summer with 6 new signings in an effort to convince Conte to remain at the club. Spurs fans are still sweating on the future of their manager, with Conte refusing to guarantee he will be at the club next term, despite a successful end to the campaign. After beating Norwich City at the weekend to secure Champions League football, Conte said, "I always said at the end of the season, we will speak with the club and find the best solution for me and the club. Now for me, the club and the players, it's good to have 3, 4, 5 days of rest. Then with the mind clear, you can consider the whole season. You have to be calm before you talk. There is a lot of emotion in my mind, my heart now. For this reason, it would be good to rest for 4 or 5 days, meet the club and find the best possible solution." The Telegraph adds that Conte is currently taking a break in his home country to clear his mind and consider his future, with Fabio Paratici to fly to Italy to hold talks with his compatriot. Paratici is ready to promise Tottenham Hotspur's head coach that the club will try to make at least 6 new signings in a bid to convince him to stay with the club in the dark over Conte's plans. His wife Elisabetta and daughter Vittoria have remained in Italy during Conte's time at Spurs, and now the report adds that Conte and his family must decide whether or not he can spend another 9 months living away from them. As well as his personal circumstances, Conte wants guarantees from Tottenham that they are ready to try to meet his ambitions and build a squad capable of competing in 4 competitions next season. Conte wants 6 to 8 new players, with Spurs willing to sign 2 new wing-backs, a left-sided centre-back, a midfielder and a forward who can also play out wide. They will also sign a new backup goalkeeper, who is likely to be Fraser Forster on a free transfer from Southampton, while the report has named a further 8 players the Premier League club are interested in. They claim Alessandro Bastoni, Gleison Bremer, Jed Spence, Christian Eriksen, James Ward-Prowse, Calvin Phillips and Gabriel Jesus are all on a list of possible targets, while Manchester City forward Raheem Sterling would also be of interest to Conte.